So, hi, welcome. It's really great to have you do an interview with us so soon after opening your store. You must be really, really super busy. Thank you ever so much. Could you just tell the people watching all about your store, your amazing transformation, and who you are? Just introduce yourself, please.
Yeah, firstly, thank you for having me, Kate, on C Talk. Really honoured to be on here. My name's Anand Cheema. I'm practically new to retailing in terms of running my own store independently on my own. Previously, we've ran a number of stores up in Scotland, mainly in the Central Belt, as a family. However, it was mostly as a backseat driver or front of house, and not having the headache all on my shoulders. Um, just recently opened brand new store in Falkirk. And we've tried to do a lot of things differently within the store, um, and bringing in a lot of concepts um, within the store, mainly focusing on food to go and high-end spirits.
That's awesome. Just for anybody who hasn't heard about the Falkirk store, let's just have a look at what it looked like before. I think we can go back even further. So it was a McColl's before. And here's during, and here's what it looks like now. Absolutely incredible transformation. What have the local customers said? What have the local people of Falkirk said to you about the new store?
Yeah, the responses have been overwhelming. I haven't had a negative piece of feedback yet, touch wood. Everything's been great. We're managing to reach out to the wider community, not just the local Falkirk community. And it's mainly been, teenagers coming in to see all our new machines in our
They
breathtaking,
must be blown.
yeah, in our
So I'm gonna
breathtaking
get
food to go
those
island.
up.
But
Like
it's been fantastic.
OMG, when I was a kid, I would have absolutely have loved this. Look at that.
So we've got a Tango Ice Blast machine in store. It's Scotland's first millions machine, and that's produced by Mega Mix Angled and Casket. We've got Flip Ice Cream, and we were the first Spar store in Scotland to get our hands on that, and it's absolutely flown out the door, and the
Yeah.
quality is absolutely phenomenal. We've also got Freel Milkshake, Rollover Hot Dogs, Costa Coffee, and Dunkin' Donuts as well.
Oh, I think I've got a nice picture of your staff here with
And that's our
Dunkin'.
staff. Looking excited.
Yeah. If I stood to that next to that many donuts, I would be excited. So what is, apart from these things, tell us about the differences, the main differences between the previous store and what your store offers.
Yeah, so a little bit background on the store. My dad actually previously had the store back in 2007. He ran it for a year and a half and then sold it to McCall's. And 13 years later, here we are. And I've now taken back the store and bought it back off McCall's. We did a lot of research, and also we had prior knowledge of the area beforehand. Um, and what I'd recommend to all retailers is that they do their homework before they buy the store. They understand the demographics of the area, and get a geographical information survey done. Um, McCall's weren't tapping in to what was around them. We have a high school, primary school, a nursery, and a main hospital, all
Is that an
within point.
expensive to do, or is that quite easy to do? What's the process like? If another retailer watching this wants to do that, what do they have to do?
Yeah, through CJ Lang Spar Scotland, our main supplier, we're able to get a geographical information survey free of charge, and they do that report for us
Yeah.
within a quick turnaround of a couple of days. So in terms of with Spar, it's quite fairly inexpensive, but I'm not too sure about other avenues and with other wholesalers. But yeah, we tapped into that report and figured out that there was a lot within the local catchment that we could tap into in terms of food to go, with all the machines, all the new technology and social media advertising. But going back to basics as well, 40% of our local area is also, or local population, sorry, is 40 plus, and mainly within the age group between 50 and 65. So we also have to cater for that population too, because at the end of the day, that's our bread and butter and our fixed income coming through the door.
And what services do they really value from you?
Customer service is key for them. Just getting to know their first names, and remembering their orders. They really like that personal touch. Keeping the store tidy, and also having all the main kind of essentials nearby the door, because sometimes a lot of them have mobility issues, or visibility issues as well, and they just don't want a confusing layout of a store, and they just want ease of access.
Yeah, so I don't think we've covered this, but the store is brand new. When did you open?
So yeah, very, very brand new. We opened on the 21st of August, so it's just over a week since we opened, and it's been an absolute whirlwind, but fantastic experience so far.
I appreciate it's really, really early doors, but what products have been particularly successful so far?
Yeah, so I keep touching on the food to go. So all the machines have absolutely flown out the door, just mainly due to the schools, the kids, the teenagers, and also a Sunday hangover cure for Tango Ice Blast. We've also been really busy on our food to go. And one thing, and no disrespect to McCall's, they didn't have a big emphasis on fresh food. And we've gone and installed 10 meters of chiller down the right-hand side of the store, for that emphasis. So we've done really well on fruit and veg and fresh, to begin with. And obviously we have a great supply from CJ Lang as well, and Spar, in terms of good produce and good quality.
Sounds
So
awesome.
we're able to compete with
Well,
the supermarkets on that level.
what keeps them coming back? But I think just looking at the pictures and hearing what you're saying, I can tell. I mean, I would absolutely love to have one of these stores, just around the corner
Thank you.
from me. Do you do home deliveries at all?
So being really brand new into the store, and also with the current climate, it was a no-brainer to go into and look into the delivery service solution. But currently it's just too early, and we really need to bed down the store. We are looking into that, and we're basically ready to go live whenever I hit the button. We're working with a company called Newtelligence to do that. So I think whenever I give them the go ahead, maybe in a couple of weeks, we will be going live with delivery. And it's so unpredictable with this current environment. We definitely had to be prepared, because anything could happen at this stage.
Yeah, no, understandably. I'll keep my eyes peeled to see what's happening there. So you talked about social media a bit. So tell me about how that's helped you with the launch of the store.
Yeah, so we did a leaflet drop prior to opening, and we thought that would have quite a big impact, because we were closed for 4 weeks after taking over from McCall's. But we didn't really get an awful lot of traction within the first day and a half. And I'm not really too sure why. Maybe everyone's they see a leaflet through the door and they're just throwing it out. I don't know, or maybe is being missed. But you look around everywhere now, everyone's got a mobile phone, everyone's on their phones constantly. You scroll down on Facebook, Instagram these days, there's always sponsored ads. So we really pushed hard within the last few days to advertise on social media, and we've gained about 500 followers in the past 3 days, and we've seen an instant footfall increase since pushing on social media platforms.
Oh,
in terms of
fantastic.
sales. Yeah.
That's really awesome. So it's a bit too early to say about what the difference in shopper behavior has been post the pandemic, but of course you've worked in retail for a while, so tell me about how you see people behaving in store.
Sorry, could you repeat the question there? Just the phone's ringing in the background.
Right. Yeah, so just in terms of the difference in retail shopper behaviour in store post the
Yeah.
pandemic.
So we've ran stores in the past, and obviously COVID's a completely different environment. But what I have seen in the past, well, in the past few days since opening, is that customers are more inclined to go and do a full shopping trip and a weekly buy from your store rather than going to the supermarket. But that is as long as you've got the availability there in terms of fresh, in terms of chilled, and also um, in terms of alcohol as well. Um, we've been quite lucky in Scotland that everyone's on the minimum unit pricing, so nobody can really undercut you anymore. So everyone's on a level playing field, which is benefited.
And how do you see the things like the impact of pubs and being open and the help out to eat out to help out scheme?
Yeah, so obviously it's early doors and we haven't been able to track that in terms of sales just yet. And obviously it will be ending quite fairly soon. But in terms of pubs, we've been quite lucky on a Sunday that our Tango Ice Blast has absolutely flown off the shelf just due to hangover cures. Um, and also because we've got a full solution in terms of food to go, morning, lunch, and evening, our Whip ice cream's done particularly well in terms of a dessert solution for people coming back from restaurants when they're eating out.
I think I've got a picture of the Tango here somewhere. Yeah, it's just on the end. There it is. There's the Ice Blast. And then as for brekkie, got a cracking menu. So have you seen any, are you planning to make any changes in promotional activity post pandemic? So say, for example, bigger pack sizes?
Yeah, I mean, bigger pack sizes are selling everywhere within the store, and you're seeing, not such a big increase in the other areas. So the big categories are alcohol, and we're selling a lot more of the big packs that are on promotion than we are on the 4 packs within the shelf, within the fridge. You can also see that transition from count line crisps to pound bags and multi packs. We're selling a lot more of pounds and multi packs, and again with count line confectionery, pound blocks are selling more than your regular count line as well. And then obviously we're running our promotions through Spar as well, so we've got all our multi packs on our 4 gondola ends as well. So things are going quite well. We're selling a lot more of the Fever Tree multi packs to go along with as mixers instead of the single bottles. So I can see that transition from when we were last in retail to the first week back, as it were.
Yeah, and so which products have been, or which brands, which suppliers have been particularly helpful to you in the launch of your store and your first week?
I've been very lucky in respect that we've had a lot of support from suppliers. Tenants have been fantastic. They've supported us through planogramming, merchandising, also installing 3 video ticket rails within the store. And that creates a bit of an added feature and attraction for customers to go to that area of the store.
Okay, anyone who doesn't know what they are, they're these the advertising that you can see on the top of the fridges here, right?
Yeah, so it's animations, could be still images, you could put pricing on there, you can do anything. It's all within a click of a button via the Wi-Fi. We've also had support from a local brewery in Edinburgh, and we're actually the only store in Scotland to list their canned products within the store currently, and also Golden Casket, who have all the 1 pounder sweet bags, and they've also been very helpful with merchandising and also promotions and supplying 2 video ticket rails as well. And again, it's just an added feature through the queuing system. It just attracts customers to pick up that £1 bag. while going on their way to the counter or the till.
Okay, talking about the till, who are you using for EPOS?
We've gone with Amhouse Solutions from Scotland. Um, wouldn't I, I couldn't recommend them enough. They've been so helpful. They're headed up by a guy called Faisal Sattar. You can probably find on LinkedIn. But the first 3 days were hectic. It was a new EPOS solution system. And he spent 3 days here with me, going through everything, from the basics right up to um, things we're really interested in. And he's always at the end of the phone as well, which is really good. Everything's personal with them, and they treat it as if it's their own store as well. So I can't recommend them enough.
Sounds amazing. So, you sound amazingly passionate about retail, and I bet your dad is super proud of you. You might want to tell people who your dad is if they don't know if they don't know who your super famous dad is. And also just tell us what got you into retail, and why are you still in retail?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, my dad's Pete Cheema, um, and he's the chief executive of the Scottish Grocers Federation and a former retailer as well. So I was born into retail as a family. I've always been in and out of the stores, and I've always been really passionate about retail. So a lot of people have pushed me away and said, forget it, have your 9 to 5, have your weekends, have your holidays. But that it's not about that for me. And I really want to enjoy what I'm doing, and this is what I enjoy doing. And I think in the past, a lot of, and there's no disrespect going here, but a lot of Asian parents have had the hardship previously of running stores, and the hardships that went with that, and especially with the race as well. But with education, technology, everything's changing, everything's moving forward. I think the new generation can bring different ideas, and really step up from what their parents have done in the past, and to succeed in the business. And you see the likes of young retailers in the business doing that, but there should be a lot more. And hopefully, I can help with, maybe doing the same for someone else and getting them kick-started in retail.
Great. Well, if we have any newbies, I'll be sending them your way for some advice, that's for sure, because you've done an absolutely amazing job. I'm sure you must be absolutely exhausted, but I'm hoping you're able to sit down and look back at it and just think, wow, what an incredible journey.
Yeah, we'll see in a couple of years. There's still a lot of hard work to do.
Like, I'm still doing it. So I don't think this will be the last we hear from you by any stretch. I'm really excited to meet you, and I hope I get the chance to speak to you again. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me, even through your super hectic schedule. So thanks again, and I hope to speak to you soon.
Thanks very much, Kate. Appreciate your time.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.